What's going on, guys, and welcome back for another Madden 23 Commanders franchise gameplay. It is week number 14 and we're going through a little bit of housekeeping with the team and just like a little update, see how everybody's doing to this point in the season. We've done pretty good so far this season. Let's go ahead and take a quick look here at the playoff picture. Currently we are sitting outside of the playoffs. You see that the two teams that we are trailing are the Saints that are sitting at position number 7 and the Eagles that are at position number 6. Currently, as I'm recording this, it's funny, I'm actually watching the live stream of the Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles game. Not in real life, in the game, obviously. And the Giants are actually kind of helping us out, even though the Eagles just scored, about to make it 21-7 as this kick is going to be up and good. So yeah, it's 21-6 right now. 21-7. If things hold this way and the Giants end up beating the Eagles, this definitely will help us out in the playoff run of things. The Eagles will drop down to 8-5. I believe that would give us we might have the slight edge over them. So the Saints would probably bump up to 7. We'll go up to 8, and the Eagles will just be right there on our heels along with everybody else. So fingers crossed that the Giants finish this game off with the W. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a quick look here, like I was doing before, at seeing the players that I gotta re-sign. So this is a huge thing I always do, re-sign, period. I have $92 million to work with, so taking a quick look at everybody who I have to eventually re-sign this year, and I'm not gonna lie, I only see maybe 2, possibly 3 people that I'm interested in re-signing. Before I do that, I got to take a look at the draft picks because that's obviously what goes hand in hand about what I'm going to be doing with this resign period. It's going to determine the positions that I'm going to be targeting in the offseason. So right now we have 2 first-round picks, we have a second-round pick, and a 4th-round pick. So these 3 right here, honestly, they should be 3 starting players that we're drafting with these first 3 picks. So let's go ahead and take a quick look and see what we have to work with. Personally speaking, since I am a Commanders fan in real life, Cole Holcomb kind of has a soft spot for me. So $13 million is not too much. $32 million is not too much of an ask in my mind because Cole Holcomb is just my dude. Trey Turner, I could let him walk. Would I like to let him walk? Not really. But honestly, it's going to depend on how he ends up progressing. I don't think currently Trey Turner is one of the front runners for offensive lineman of the year or whatever. So it could end up being bad. Like, oh my God, it's turning out bad for the Giants. They had a 21-point lead now. It's cut down to 7. The Eagles are starting to storm back on this one. J.D. McKissick, definitely not a guy I'm going to bring back. I have my 2 running backs I like. If I want a 3rd one, probably that 4th-round draft pick I have will be a running back. Not really looking for one in particular. Linebacker, I could definitely get in the draft. I'm probably not going to sign back Bostic. Cam Sims, nah. Carson, you're definitely gone. David Mayo, this is an interesting one right here. He's not asking for a lot, and David Mayo so far this year, if I'm not mistaken, I think he might be 2nd or 3rd in the team in either TFLs or sacks. So let's take a quick look here at the stats so far this season for David Mayo. Yeah, dude's basically had almost a sack in every single game except for like 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. So out of 13 games so far, David Mayo's had a sack in every single one except for 5 or 6 of them. So dude is not that bad either. So let's take a quick look here at his player card, see what he's working with stat wise. Don't really like the speed that he has there, but I mean, he has shown that it works for him. My only concern is that he is getting old. He's close to 30. So instead of re-signing David Mayo, what I'm probably going to look to do is, where is he at? Khalil Hudson. This is probably going to be the guy I look to sign and is going to replace David Mayo. Even though I just said linebacker is a position that I could probably find in the draft, Khalil Hudson is a younger guy, has a lot of speed as well, 87 speed, not the best finesse move, so might not do as well on the edge as David Mayo did, but I'm definitely going to offer him a contract, and it's not going to break the bank either. So let's go ahead and start negotiations with him. Let's see if we can actually get him on a team-friendly deal. So let's see. I'll offer you a little bit more in the signing bonus, and let's bump it up to $2 million salary. See what this works. Offer is perfect. Cool. Got him signed. Didn't cost us too much. All right, Cole Holcomb, another guy who has just been. I mean, he's been pretty good this year. He's not anything crazy, but I mean, he works for me. Works for this team. Let's look at his stats. Oh my gosh, the Eagles came back. It's tied up 21-21 with 2:37 left in the second quarter. So, not sure what the Giants got going on. I mean, guess he's having like the same type of issue against the Eagles that he had with me. He jumped out to that lead, and then I just snatched it right back real quick. Not so many sacks for Cole Holcomb, so the production really isn't there. You can almost say, why are you wasting time re-signing him? So here's my thought process, and I might have just wasted a little bit of money by re-signing Khalil Hudson there. If things don't work out with Cole Holcomb in this position, I'm definitely going to move him to probably right outside linebacker, left outside linebacker like David Mayo is right now. Use him in that type of position, and hope and pray that we see some production out of him then. He's still young. It hurts that he's normal dev, $32 million for a normal dev player. If I wasn't a Redskins fan, I probably would not be re-signing Cole Holcomb because I'm not gonna lie, that money's gonna hurt. But before I do that signing, let's go ahead and take a look at any other people. Danny Johnson, probably not gonna re-sign him, even though he's not asking for that much. His speed, I believe, is not really there. 90 speed, not terrible. I mean, he could play slot corner for me, but I don't really like his size at 5'9". He's definitely not going to be winning too many jump ball situations for me. Rico Godford, 5'10" guy, but I'm probably going to look to draft a cornerback at least out of the draft, or maybe even pick one up in free agency if there's one available. Looking at the rest of the team, I believe the only other player I'm interested in re-signing is going to be Cole Holcomb. So, spending $32 million. Let's see if I have 133 staff points. I want to try to get that amount down. I definitely don't want to spend $32 million on him, but I definitely also don't want to let him walk. Let's see what we can do with the talent tree. Are we able to talk that contract down a little bit? So that's for safeties. I need this one right here. No, that's through free agency. Likelihood of getting them to resigning corners, resigning receivers and tight ends. Where's the linebackers one? Did I miss it? Discount on players under 80 overall to resign. This could help because, I mean, I believe Cole Holcomb is under 80 overall, if I'm not mistaken. Offensive linemen, defensive ends, scheme fit, increase. I'm guessing this is what we need. So, no. Go down. Get that up to level 2. So I think that would help us. The second level upgrade. That should help us get Cole Holcomb on a better deal. Fingers crossed, because I really don't want him to walk right away. Definitely want to keep him on this team. All right, players ready to negotiate. Cole Holcomb, let's start. You want 32, homie? I'm looking at maybe. Actually, I'll give you a higher signing bonus. Let's take this down to there. How's that work for you? Okay, so clearly we've pissed off Cole Holcomb. We'll look to re-sign him later on in the year. He's 82 overall, so that signing bonus or that upgrade definitely did not help him. Yeah, so nobody else we're really interested in re-signing. At least we got Khalil Hudson signed, so yeah, that is what it is. We'll revisit that probably at the end of the year. Maybe I'll put that in the video, maybe I won't. We'll see. Let's look at everybody's stats so far to this point in the year. Ninth in passing touchdowns for Sam Howell is beautiful. I wish that I had less interceptions thrown with him and a few more yards, but hey, he's steadily improving in the right direction. We will get him upgraded. Probably won't be winning Rookie of the Year anytime soon because of the way that Jamison Williams and other dudes are outperforming him. So it is what it is. Antonio Gibson is doing his thing though. Brian Robinson Jr. over 100 yards on the season as well. Not too many carries for him. I wanted to go to more of a two-back system, but Antonio Gibson is just, I don't know, man. Dude's just different. He's been different every single time I give him the ball. So probably later on this, well, after this bye week, we'll probably start to see a little bit more Brian Robinson getting some run carries. But, man, like I said, Antonio Gibson is still going to be in there getting his yardage as well because I believe he's also a top leading rushing player in the league as well. Terry McLaurin, I think he is still top 5. He was top 3 at the end of that our last game with the Giants, so he's definitely still going to be getting the ball. Jahan Dotson as well. I was hoping to see if I would be able to get him up to the Rookie of the Year contender, but Terry McLaurin's just been going off. He's been open at every single turning point. De'Ami Brown has not been playing the best this year. Hasn't really been getting too open. But, yeah, in the years to come, we'll look to improve on either Gibson or Dotson. Hopefully we can get their upgrades going. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, I love this side right here. The tackles for loss, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, and David Mayo. These guys have been outperforming like crazy. I'm kind of sad to see the production here. Chase Young, I was expecting more out of him. You see, he's only got 3 sacks on the year as well. He's completely being outperformed by Montez Sweat and David Mayo. So not saying I'm looking to trade Chase Young at all. I'll probably look to move his position around a little bit just to see if I can help out with his production. Maybe put him at left outside or right outside linebacker, see if that helps him get to the quarterback a little bit better. Interception leaders, looks like Derek Forrester and Kendall Fuller are leading the way for us. I'm so glad that I went ahead and made Derek Forrester and Percy Butler two starters back there in the secondary. Ever since I made that change, I feel like I've really noticed the change in our secondary, the way that they play. And oh my gosh, the Eagles now have the lead. It's 24-21, and they have the ball. So I don't know what the heck the Giants dude is doing, but he needs to get it together. Other than that, I feel like we've done pretty good so far this year. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for us. Got some tough games coming up for sure. We still have to play the Giants again. We still have to play the 49ers as well. So a lot of movement could possibly happen, and we still got to play the Cowboys. So we have 4 games left: Giants, 49ers, Browns, Cowboys. I'm feeling pretty confident about at least 3 of these 4. Definitely feel confident about the Giants. This 49ers one, it's a toss-up. I don't know. I don't think they've had the best year so far, but I feel like we can beat the Browns. And the Cowboys, actually, you know what? I take that back. These top 3, I feel like I can win. The Giants, the 49ers, the Browns. This Cowboys one is puzzling me. This guy currently, I believe he's only lost 1 game at this point. Let me look at this real quick. So we'll go over here, look at the standings. Yeah, the Cowboys have only lost 1 game at this point. I'm not sure who he lost to. And the 49ers have also only lost 1 game. So I don't know, man. Like I said, definitely have some tough games. The Browns are 8-5, similar record to us. So I don't know. We got a lot of tough games hanging out. We have a lot of tough games down the stretch here. We definitely need to get these wins. It's going to be a struggle for us to get into the playoffs. Let's look at the remaining schedule for the Eagles and the Saints as well. See if they could possibly help us out. If they lose a couple games, I don't know. But yeah, I just hate it that I feel like we're going to miss the playoffs, and this team has just been so freaking good this year. Honestly, if we find a way into the playoffs, that's all I need. Just get me in the game and then just watch me go to work. So, okay, well, at least the Saints and Eagles still have to play each other, so that helps us out potentially. As long as we can do our part and get these dubs, this should help clear up a lot of issues I want to have. Let's see what the Saints have. There's at least 1 guaranteed loss from one of these 2 teams. They still have to play the Falcons. The Falcons, he was decent. He might lose that game. And he has the Panthers. So the Eagles really is his toughest game. Eagles and Browns are really his toughest games that he has left on his schedule. Hoping that he can lose at least 2 of those would be really good. So I don't know, we'll see how things work out. But anyways, thank you all for watching this little update video, week 14 update. I will catch you guys in week number 15 as we get ready to take on the Giants and hopefully find our way into the playoffs. So later.